to be a PvPer and defend the space. If you want a Care Bear and Mine and Rat, or if you want, if you're a corporation, our alliance actually, provided that you give into the alliance, we give back to the corporations who apply by, allocating them very good moons and teaching them how to do reactions and getting them an individual income to supplement what the ship replacement program doesn't cover. And that's something that we've worked very hard on, is our ship replacement program, which is arguably one of the better replacement programs out there. And that's what we've focused on, and that has been our big thing, is to make sure that we dump our stuff back into the Alliance. And if the Alliance was ever brought down, the actual gears that keep it running are still there, so we would be able to build back up pretty quickly. It's the people that built this Alliance, not
so even designing an organizational structure is important, because it can be replicated somewhere else. Even if you were to, say, wake up and you've lost all your territories and your actual equipment's gone, what you're saying is that it's important to have the human connections and the planning available to rebuild elsewhere.
Honestly, I think that's the most important thing. And you see that even with like IT Alliance and Goonswarm, who have been, disbanded in the past, where both alliances were broken down completely. All of their SOV was lost, etc. They were able to pull the people, the culture back together and then rebuild from there. And they were both very successful with it. So we've learned from the mistakes of other alliances to try to build up ours and then give ourselves our own little niche in EVE Online. I would say that is the most important thing, is making sure that you have that human connection, that you've made friends not only within your alliance but also your allies, so that they know who the personalities are to contact, and so that way if anything did happen, hey, we're rebuilding under a new name, we got, something happened. And
so when you aim to create programs for reimbursement, obviously you have limited resources. What kind of ships do you aim to reimburse?
We actually have full reimbursement for all of the Alpha Fleet ships, which is it's actually a hefty endeavor, because we fully reimburse Maelstroms and Scorpions, as well as all of the battle. We do all 4 race battle cruisers, which our other friend alliances don't do. But we do that specifically because we are a younger alliance with lower skill point people, and it's harder to say, hey, you need to train into this battle cruiser. Well, blah, blah, blah. We've decided to cater to the player and allow them to choose what ship they want to be in, and provided them a fit. So if you come out in this fit, we will reimburse it. We also do all Tech 2 frigates and Tech 1 cruisers and below.
Now, what do you recommend in terms of taxes for your members? Do you go towards heavy taxes, or do you prefer to give people the freedom to choose what it is that they donate to the larger effort?
All corporations run their own taxes, and it's up to the individual CEOs of the corporations to get their members involved into the alliance. We try to be pretty hands-off with that. If there is no participation from a corporation, whether it be industry or flat-out donations to the ship replacement program, or PvP fleet participation, those corporations are addressed, and sometimes they get removed, and that happens frequently.
Well, that brings us to another concern for smaller groups. What do you recommend for small groups in terms of security for your forums, for your members, recruitment, that kind of thing?
All right. When we came from Providence, it was all about, no spying, no nothing, no, we were the White Knights, we were, very honorable fighters and everything. Moving out into the Northern Coalition, we've learned a lot about the game and the way that our enemies function within our own organizations, in terms of AWOXing and everything like that. So individual corporations, we've given them the tools to properly recruit, to properly do checks and balances against, what's bad. Like, hey, basics. Check the blacklist. There's a great blacklist that's been put out by the NC, which lists the reasons why people are blacklisted.
Mm-hmm.
Check the
So to advise another person, you would say create a blacklist or to create a memory for yourself.
Yeah. Create something create some kind of a list of your own, even if it's a forum, a running forum post of people who just really, never recruit them. The lists get very long and numerous. If you have anybody good with doing databases, or even you can do some decent, pretty easy spreadsheets. But start there. Get blacklists. Start focusing on that.
Mm-hmm.
This way you can do your best. But it's impossible. It's impossible to stop them all, and we've learned that time and time again. What we do immediately is we kick the corporation who has the AWOXer or the spy in it, and then they have their 24-hour cooldown if the person had roles, and then they come back into the alliance. They can reapply to the alliance. 3 strikes and you're out, basically. So.
Okay. Let's move on to you. Why do you play on a day-to-day basis?
The people in my alliance. Kind of built up I love the people in my alliance. I like the work that they do to build the alliance. They all have a very great sense of team effort, and it makes the leadership want to work for them just as much as they work for you.
What about in the long term? Do you have a long-term goal, perhaps even for yourself?
Well, for myself, not really. I build a space empire, just, who doesn't want to do that? Long term, I would like to make sure that I'd like to work with the other leaders of Fatal Ascension who, I'm not the leader, I'm just an FC.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to work with them to make sure that the alliance doesn't grow stagnant, that we do deployments to make sure that our PvP pilots are on their toes. And, I want to make friends in an internet community, have fun, basically. Play a video game and enjoy the game, and make sure that everybody who I'm surrounded with is enjoying the game as much as I am.
Now, for you, what's the most annoying part of the game?
Sov mechanics. I think everybody can agree with that. Shooting an iHub that's set for a downtime. I mean, who wants to shoot an iHub or a station at, and poop sock and an alarm clock up to go shoot an iHub or a station for 2 hours, and then, nobody wants to do that. It's just, it makes the game unfun. It makes conquering and defending space boring. I like the combat in EVE, but that sole aspect of these massive hit-pointed structures, and they're just, nobody likes it.